I have the surge in young workers has a dark side. Companies can encourage young workers to report harassment by not dismissing reports, raising awareness, and creating a safe space for those to report, and training measures where it discusses how to handle unwanted advancements, report unwanted advancements, and what counts as harassment in the workplace or in general. Employers' liability is very big. They will face consequences if they don't have specific policies in play to investigate and protect the workers that they have. To prevent harassment, companies should have multiple policies in play. They should have multiple ways of reporting harassment, and they should train management and employers on policies that they have, as well as how to correctly investigate and handle and remediate the wrongdoings and harassment in the workplace. The best practices companies can follow are putting the two people on separate schedules, like having the accused and the accuser. One works Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the other works Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, stuff like that. Or one works nights, one works mornings, stuff like that. Anyway. Also being put on unpaid suspension during investigations, or paid suspension during investigations, unpaid suspension if found guilty, and depending on the charges, being fired, and if they recur, being fired. This is because being on unpaid suspension or being fired is a negative incentive. It'll make people not want to do things, but also, on the other hand, if you are doing such things to people, you don't really care what the consequences are. Keeping the accused and the accuser separate will prevent the acts from recurring and happening again. Having the policies well known will ultimately keep employees aware of what will happen due to guilty charges of workplace harassment, and preventing it more than it would be occurring without policies. I believe that legislation should not take any more action than they already have to loosen restrictions on teenage jobs. There are already a lot of restrictions that they have to keep these underage people safe and not be overworked. They have this by education level, the amount of hours that these people can work, and how many hours in the day and how many hours in the week and in total for a year. And also, after they get hired, they can only do a certain amount of things. They can't work certain machinery, stuff like that. But I believe this because teens still need work experience for the future, for their future, to get a foot in the door for understanding work ethic. Adding restrictions more than what we already have will not give them that opportunity before they're out and just thrown into the world saying good luck. So I don't think it would help. And it also would not make it safer for them. Having more restrictions would not make it safer, because ultimately, if someone's going to do something wrong, they're going to do it regardless of the time of day, regardless of hours and restrictions some people can work.